Okay. Hi, my name is James Nagel. I'm not speaking on behalf of Leave Our Kids Alone, but I can speak for them. I've done a lot of research on the comprehensive sexual education. And what I've found is there's a lot of deception in the content and what people have been told. This system is coming on for many years. And the last report where they were, before they rolled it out, was 2015. A meeting was held in Pretoria with a certain section of the UNESCO group. And at that meeting, it was stipulated that resistance will be found with parents. And in preparation for that, a step-by-step system was drawn up, the process was drawn up, which anticipated this resistance. And based on that, they would then formulate answers to these responses. I can't speak towards the money of the system, how the money works, but I can tell you, once a child is exposed to the sexual content, and this is grade 4, because we're the first country to roll out CSE at that, for the age 10 to 12. You will not find any stats anywhere. Okay, you can search Google if you want to. You will not find recorded information or a database with the behavioral stats of 10-year-olds to 12-year-olds. I'm obsessed with kids' stories, and after going through 8 grades of this information, what I can tell you is, if you place this sexual narrative within the classroom, you're going to find it very difficult to discern the fact from fiction once cases come up of sexual misconduct. Okay, so if your kid comes up and says, I've been sexually abused, everything that child says can be hidden in the textbook, in the context of the lesson, and there will be no way to discern whether that information is accurate or not. So, being kids, fact and fiction is going to melt into a single entity, and it's going to be impossible to figure out who's telling lies and who's not. Get CSE out of the schools completely. Sex is not a school subject. It's a natural behavior of a human being. Maths, English, arts, those are subjects. A human being is not born with maths. It's something you teach him. You don't teach a child about sexuality. And something I feel very, very strongly about is a child does not have a right. It's something I personally feel we are misinterpreting the child's rights. A child does not have a right. A parent, an adult, a caregiver has an obligation to look after that child. That child has no right to say yes or no to any form of sexuality. It's a parent's right to protect, defend those kids. If you're going to give a child a right to say no, you're going to have to give them the right to say yes. And once they say, it's my choice, parents' hands are tied. The unfortunate part about this thing is we have to defend our kids without telling them that we are defending them. And that's going to be very tricky to do. And I find it discomforting that adults are actually discussing the possibility of putting sex into the school. There is a lot of deception around the CSE. And all I'm asking people to do is check the books yourselves. We've been remiss over the past couple of years by not checking the contents of the textbooks. I'm begging you, check these books. It gets progressively worse, and it's not so much the pictures that are bad. It's the stories, what you're opening your kids up to.